Welcome to the Morale Booster Network, a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the general public to give back to the society through coaching and mentoring. I remain your host, Dr. John Ugulu. I am an author, speaker, and strategist. I always say experience is the best teacher. You can stream or download this podcast from YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Google Podcast, Player FM, and Pandora. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hello. Good evening, everybody from Atlanta, Georgia. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. How are you? It's a beautiful evening here in Georgia, and I'm excited to be alive this moment. I don't know about you. So because I don't know how you feel right now, I want to take it upon myself to ask you a direct question. How are you? Now, genuinely, I am asking you who's listening to me right now, how are you? I want you to think about it and be sincere. Now, the reason why I am asking you, how are you, is because I know you can hear me and you can see me. Someone out there is asking, what has that got to do with the question? That I can hear him and I can see him. Now, here's the reason why. So many people went to bed last night having plans for today, but unfortunately, some couldn't see daylight. But you can hear me. You can hear me speak. And why is that? It's because you have one of the best gifts ever. And what is that gift? It is the gift of life. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are excited, if you are genuinely happy to be alive, to be blessed with the gift of life, I want you to please place your hands on your chest and say, I am blessed. You are blessed because every day above ground is indeed a blessed day. So welcome to the Morale Booster podcast. If you are just joining me for the very first time, we have a ritual that we do. And the ritual is, I want you to please like and share this broadcast. Like and share it. I will be doing the same thing right away. I'm doing the same thing right now. I'm going to share to all my groups. Now, do you want to know the reason why I'm asking you to share it and like it? It's because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. Yes, you might just be saving the life of that one person, because I have a guest today who will be sharing her story of triumph. From trials and tribulations to triumph. And I know for sure that there are so many people out there right now who are struggling with different negative issues. Some are struggling with anxiety. Some are struggling with depression. Some are going through domestic violence. Some cannot even feed themselves. Some have decided, they have made up their minds a few minutes ago that they would want to end their lives. Now, this is a full disclosure. I am not a therapist. I am not a counselor. But I know a thing or two. I have been through a thing or two. And the guest that I have today has been through a thing or two. And the experience that we will bring to you today might be able to save that one life. And that's the reason I'm asking you to please like and share it. If you are just joining us for the first time, I am Dr. John Ugulu. Like and share this broadcast. Before I bring our guest for today, I want to drop this with you. I want to remind you that you were not born into this world just to exist, but you were born to create an existence. I want you to write that down and think about it. You were not born into this world to exist. You were born into this world to create an existence, which means you were born into this world where God, you were born to lead, because when you serve your gift long enough, automatically you would have people who would believe in you and who would follow you. So when you serve, which is the first thing, you have to lead. And you were also born to be a positive influence. I'm sure you all know what it means to be an influential person. To be an influence on people, it means you would have to tell people to abandon whatever ideologies, philosophies that they believe in, to come and follow you. Just the way Jesus Christ had the disciples abandon everything to follow him. And you were born, fourthly, to leave an impact. Is there any way on earth you will serve your gift, lead people, be a positive influence and not have an impact or a legacy? It's not possible. So those are your 4 assignments on earth. And I want to use this opportunity, this platform that God has blessed me with, to remind somebody. I don't know who that person is. I don't know where you're listening to me from. But I want you to know that this message is for you in particular, you who's listening to me right now. That you have 4 assignments: to serve, to lead, to influence, and to impact lives. If whatever you're doing right now does not lead you to those 4 assignments, you need to retrace your steps. Thank you so much. Like and share it. It's time for me to bring in our guest today, and I know she's ready. That's a woman who has transitioned from where she was so many years ago to where she is now, and still looking forward to where she's going, because life is a continuous journey. It's an endless journey until the last day where we take our last breath. It's a lifelong journey. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to join me as I bring to the stage this great woman of God. Her name is Dr. Jacquie Hadnot. She is an author, teacher, entrepreneur, and her passion is solely to empower individuals to walk in passion and purpose. She has helped individuals launch successful businesses into the marketplace. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want you all to join me as I welcome to this stage no other person but Dr. Jacquie Hadnot. Dr. Hadnot, thank you so much for joining me on this program.
Good evening, and thank you for having me, Dr. John. It's a privilege and an honor to be here.
Thank you so much. Look, I cannot wait to get started right now, because I know I have so many people who are waiting to hear the message that you have right now. Our program is currently being streamed on multiple platforms, over 30 platforms. We're global, and we thank God for that. Some people can see us via YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. But we have more people out there just listening their podcast, their different platforms. So it is indeed a pleasure and a privilege having you here. And once again, welcome, madam. Welcome.
Thank you, and thank you again.
You're welcome. All right. So I have a question for you. I know you are a woman of God, a woman who believes in the Christian principles. Not just that, you are a woman who lives according to the Bible, according to the gospel of God and Christ. So I want you to please share with us what lessons you have learned. We will start by you telling us about your family life. How long have you been married and how many children you have? And we will take it from there. Please share with us.
Okay. Well, I've been married to my husband since 2001.
Wow.
I have a daughter and I have a son, and we live in Overland Park, Kansas. I have an amazing family, my support system, my husband, my kids, my grandson. They are
Yes.
some of the best family members a person going through anything could ever have. When I remember going through cancer, and the first thing they said was, you need a strong support system. Let
Wow.
me tell you, Dr. John, I have an amazing support system in my husband and my kids. No, nothing else can matter.
I
No
can
matter what they're
imagine.
going through. Yeah,
I,
they're
I,
there.
I see the passion. I see the way you are saying that, because something should or would have triggered that feeling from you.
Yes.
And sorry to interrupt you. You mentioned cancer. That is one of the most dreaded, most feared ailments out there. And you said you have been through.
Yes.
You've had cancer.
I was diagnosed with a very aggressive and severe form of breast cancer.
Oh,
And when they gave me the diagnosis, the next thing came out of the doctor's mouth was, the cancer is so severe, we don't know how to treat it.
oh my God.
So, for all intents and purposes, they didn't know how to treat it, but I serve a God who knew exactly what to do.
Exactly.
And he
Yes.
said, I'm going to heal you.
Hmm.
And that's what I held on to for 2 years,
Hmm.
literally fighting all the different stages I went through. It was that promise that God gave me. He said, I'm going to heal you.
And I believe in God because He is so merciful. He is the beginning and the end. And once you believe in the Bible and the principles of the Bible, there is nothing on earth one cannot overcome.
It's true.
You remember in the book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 22, it says, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies endures forever,
Yes.
and they are new every morning.
Yes. His
I'm so sorry,
tenderness.
ma'am. I'm so sorry to hear that, ma'am. So how are you feeling now? Now, in fact, I should be asking you, how are you?
I'm awesome. My doctor looked at me on one of my visits and he said, if I didn't know you had cancer, he said, I would have never known that you have cancer. And this is the
Yes.
oncologist that pumped poison in my body for 26 weeks.
Oh
He
my
said, you
God.
look amazing. And by the grace of God, I feel amazing.
You are amazing. You look amazing. Like if you had not mentioned it, no one would have guessed. Look, for those of you who are listening to us right now, I know there are so many people out there who are currently not feeling too well. This is an opportunity for you to listen to this woman of God as she shares with us how she was able to overcome this stress. So please, once again, like and share this broadcast, because there is definitely somebody out there right now, even if the message does not resonate with you who's listening right now, there is certainly somebody on your contact list that the
Yes,
message would resonate with. So, ma'am,
absolutely.
how did you feel when you were told that they don't even know what to do about it?
The human side of me, Dr. John, was devastated.
Hmm.
I cried, I pity partied, but I still held on to the promise. I'm going to heal you and I'm going to provide for you. Two
Yes.
things God said to me: I'm going to heal you, I'm going to provide for you. And let me
Yes.
tell you how amazing God's provision is. 3 months before my diagnosis, we had just lost our health insurance. So we were in between trying to get new health insurance when I got the diagnosis that I had cancer.
Mm.
I got $500,000 worth of bills, $500,000
Mm.
in grants
Mm.
paid for my treatments. Never missed a beat because I'm a grant writer by profession. So
Right.
writing grants, doing paperwork, doing research, what's out here, what can help me. And God carried me all the first bill I got was $245,000 at the top.
Mm.
At the bottom of the bill, it said patient portion zero.
Mm.
Nothing, zero, wherever that is, zero.
Wow. Wow. But God took charge of the situation. So we always have to believe in God. We
Yeah,
always, because right now, social media is filled with too much information, and we have too many young people right now that are confused.
yeah.
How can we handle that? How can you and I help them stay sane, help them stay aligned with their earthly mission?
The first thing I would say to reach our young people, because they're lost. They look at social media as the Bible, if you
Yes.
will. It's
Yes.
their Bible, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And
Yes.
all of it is smoke and mirrors, Dr. John.
It
And
is.
if we could sit down with them with dialogues like this and say, yes, I know you're going through things. Yes, I know you want to be. So many of them want to be great, but they don't want to make the sacrifices to
Mm.
be great. Some
Mm.
of they want the money, they want the fame, all of that. And I've worked with some people in the industry, and what you see behind the scenes is nothing like what you see out in the public. So
Exactly.
if we could get them to a place to see the reality of things, then we could reach them and then train them, mentor them to start businesses, not just always work a job. Nothing wrong with jobs. But if we could show them what entrepreneurship is like and
Mm.
that they really set their own destiny just by sitting and being mentored by somebody who
Mm.
is successful, then
Yes.
we could really change the trajectory of some of their lives. Prison and death would not be their portion.
Amen. Amen. Glory, glory. Yes, I love what you just talked about. You talked about training people about entrepreneurship, right? And a lot of people hear about the word entrepreneurship, right? I had my master's and my PhD in entrepreneurship, and a lot of people don't understand that entrepreneurship is a mindset. When people hear entrepreneurship, they just think, oh, business, business, business.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, what do you think about bringing the word out there to let people understand that entrepreneurship is a mindset? And without having that mindset, running a business of your own will be hard, because there are going to be will there be times where you would not even have money, you would almost face bankruptcy? Oh yes, there will be times like that. Will there be times where people will call you insane for always asking for money, asking for money, asking for money? You know, there will be times like that, but it is the mindset
That's
that
true.
keeps one going. So what do you think about that part? Do you agree with that?
I agree absolutely. And the first thing I would say is we have to retrain the mindset out of the poverty mindset into a wealth mindset. The Bible
Yes.
says in Deuteronomy 8 and 18, I shall give you power to create wealth. Well,
Yes.
that power, which is a co-op power, which is the ability to create wealth, begins in the mind. You got to
Hmm.
have a vision. The business isn't going to go knock on your door and say, hey, here I am. Open the door. I'm your business. The mindset says, what's in your hands? I
Mm.
created a six-figure business out of one bar of soap.
Mm.
One bar of soap. And
Tell
now
us
I
about that, please.
one bar of soap because God said, I'm going to bless what's in your hands. And that business has grown. And now I create perfumes for celebrities. I create perfumes for small and medium-sized businesses. And
Wow.
I'm doing it for people all over the United States. I've
Wow.
got people even out of the country asking me, can I create a perfume line or a facial care line for them? But it begins with the mindset. And so now I want to train young women, young men on how to launch in the perfume industry is a
Come on.
$14 billion industry. Imagine if you just got 1/32 of $45 billion, you would easily have $85 million. You'd be a multimillionaire. But if we could get the mindset to be retrained to stop thinking
Yes.
poverty and I gotta hustle and you gotta hustle, but it's a different hustle.
Right.
If we
Right.
could retrain that mindset to say you don't have to sell drugs, you
Mm.
don't have to sell your body,
Mm.
but let's sit down and develop a business plan and then get you a grant to launch a business because it's out there.
Wow. 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 Now this is getting so interesting. You just talked about a perfume line, right? I know there's so many ladies out there right now, so many young people out there right now who use perfumes, colognes, but it never crosses their minds that it is possible to start their own lines.
Yes.
Because I see a lot of kids who want to be football players, basketball players, soccer players. And the first question I ask them typically is, okay, now that you want to do sports, what are your long-term goals after retirement? And they will say, well, I haven't thought about it. And that is the truth. So I try to reprogram their minds to help them see the possibilities of owning clubs. Because as players, it is good so you can learn the skills, learn the business. But I always remind them that that club that employs you is owned by somebody like you, an ordinary human being like you.
Yes.
So I reprogram their minds to say, you're playing football, playing soccer, playing basketball, so you can, one, understand the business, two, so you can develop yourself, and three, so that you can know how to run the business when you eventually decide to own a club. Because when you come through my coaching, you have to own a club, not just to play. So now you have a perfume line, and there's so many people who have never imagined within their wildest dream that a perfume line is owned by a normal human being.
That's
So I
right.
want you to share with us, how can people start their own perfume lines? Do you have a program? Do you have a coaching program for that?
Yes, I started training because one morning when I was in Detroit, I believe, and God said, you're going to help women launch into a wealthy place.
Yes.
And it's one thing for me to create a perfume line and give them the perfume, and they try to go out and sell it to their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 friends.
Right. Right.
But I took the mindset of let me bring them in to training. And so I bring them into training. I said, I teach them about marketing. I teach them about product placement, packaging, new packaging ideas, holiday packaging, Amazon. I teach them about how to scale their business so we can get them into Sephora, Ulta Beauty, Kohl's, and places like that. So I'm training them to not just see it as a bottle of perfume. I got this one bottle of perfume and I'm going to sell it and make $1 million. No, you're going to take that perfume and you're going to build your brand until you keep turning that money over. Don't take the money, spend the money on paying your bills, turn the money over so that now you continually build your inventory so we can get you in Macy's, so that we can get you in Sephora, Ulta Beauty. Because a lady, I'm doing a perfume line, she said, how can I get into some stores now? I said, and she's got one of the smaller packages. I said, baby, you got 100 bottles of perfume. I said, that 100 bottles of perfume is getting you started. So the training gets them to think about, okay, I'm ready to go onto Amazon. And so I'm training them, young people, middle-aged people. I had launched a line for an 82-year-old woman.
Wow.
So that the mindset says I need to shift and think, scale my business, build my business. I need to scale my business to the point where I'm constantly turning that money over and making money in my sleep.
Holy Jesus. Now, this is getting better here right now. Thank you for sharing this. I know you deal more with women. Can you help men start their own perfume or cologne brands?
Absolutely. I have 3 men right now that have launched lines and are doing phenomenal work. I've got one client that he has launched a men's line, and now he has launched his foot care line for men. His foot care line, his men's line of cologne, bath, body wash, body lotion, body mist. My husband has a line called GK for Men, and it's a full line of everything. And now I've got another client. He's launching his women's line first, and then he's going to launch his men's line. So men are getting in. They got skin in the game, Dr. John.
Wow. Look,
they got skin in the game.
I love this. How you were able to turn your trials into triumph. How you were able to turn your life story and your life journey into a life of influence, and now creating a legacy by training other people. You see, sometimes you see people say, hey, I just want to own houses and cars, and they think those are the best legacies on earth.
Yes.
But I always remind such people that the houses you leave behind, because whether you like it or not, we were conceived in the womb and we will someday end up in the tomb. Death is promised. So whether you leave houses and cars, and those to me are not the greatest legacies, even though they are legacies. So I say legacy is not necessarily what you leave behind for people, but what you leave behind in people. So you training people, helping people believe in themselves, helping people see the greatness in them. That's the best legacy. And thank you for all you do. Now, for all those women who are currently listening to us, I know some of you, it never crossed your mind that it was possible for you to start your own perfume line. But now you've heard from Dr. Hadnot herself. She will do the hand holding. She will groom you, take you from where you are as one who doesn't even believe. She will help you believe in yourself and take you to where you want to be. Is that correct, ma'am?
That's absolutely correct.
Okay, so a lot of hand holding. You do that, right?
I do a lot of hand holding. Come on.
Awesome. That's great. I love that. So please, ladies and gentlemen, please like and share this broadcast, because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. So many people have given up in life. The level of depression globally has increased. Globally, the level of anxiety globally is at the highest. Yes. Domestic violence so high, hunger so high. And some people believe that if they do not have the capital right now, they cannot do anything. But when you have the right people in your circle, everything is possible. Is that true, ma'am?
That is true. While I was going through cancer, I needed something to do because I never left the house. So I got on Facebook Live and all of these social medias, and I taught grant writing 101.
Wow.
I taught people how to write grants for their businesses, and many were very successful. One of my clients got a $10,000 grant, $5,000. Another one got a $5,000. People were getting just taking the advice that I was giving for free because I was bored. I'm stuck in the house. So let me show people how to get grants for their businesses.
Wow.
And people were getting grants going and coming because the money is out there for men, for women, for minorities. The money is out there. But I tell people, you got to speak the language.
Yes.
So my job is to help you. I'm not going to write a grant for you because I'm beyond that. but let me help you speak the language so that you can go and understand the language, articulate your vision, the money. I stress knowing how to use the funds that they're going to give you.
Yes.
Don't just say, I'm applying for this $10,000 loan because I want it for my business. Okay, but what are you going to do?
Right.
And I've taken people through Pitch Tank, which you know, we got Shark Tank out there, but I call it Pitch Tank. I show them how to get before investors and present their business idea. So I've taken them through those strategies.
You're doing a wonderful. So you are like an all-in, a one-stop shop.
Absolutely.
For those who are willing to take action right now, because you know, information alone does not bring results, but it is conversion that does the work. So for those who are ready, who are willing to take off right now, because speed is the order of the day, that's a great information. You are a one-stop shop for them. So, and I appreciate you for all you do. Now, you are an author.
Yes,
and I know you've written several books. So how many books do you currently have in the market?
60.
60.
60, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear that? She is an amazing woman. 60 books out there.
32 times best-selling author.
You can imagine that.
Yeah.
So you are leaving a legacy for generations to come.
Yes, sir.
Whatever we do, we always should make sure that we live a life that will outlive us. Writing books, those are great legacies, because books would live longer than you. Yes. Books will inspire generations to come when you have the right system in place. That's movies, right. Having movies, producing your own movies, producing your own music. Those are legacies, because for generations to come, they will keep impacting lives. So I know you're working on a movie, I guess.
Yes.
Great. So can you tell me?
90-minute feature film.
A film?
90-minute feature film called Blood on the Wall.
Oh, Blood on the Wall.
Blood on the Wall.
Oh, Blood on the Wall.
Yes.
Great. So what stage are you right now?
Oh, we've already had a casting call. We actually began filming March the 1st in Atlanta.
Oh, congratulations.
We're already through everything else.
Congratulations. And I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'll be more than happy to jump on another interview with you to see how things are going when that time comes, so you can come over and inspire people. There's so many people who want to go into that sector, but they don't even know where to start from.
That's true.
Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, she's a full package, a one-stop shop for those of you who are dreamers. It's not enough to just have the dream, but you must take charge. You must take action. You must find yourself the right tribe, the people who can mentor you, who can coach you. Am I correct?
That's true.
Yes. Coaching is very, very important.
You can't do it alone.
You cannot do it alone. They say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with a team. Yes. So thank you so much, ma'am. It's a pleasure. And now there is a woman out there right now. And I want you to imagine this for a second. There is definitely a woman or someone out there who is currently going through, or who has just recently been diagnosed of the most feared illness, cancer. And she is so worried right now that she cannot, or he cannot even get up from their bed, because they feel that life has ended for them. I want you to please just share with them. They're listening to you. Share with them some words of inspiration, what worked for you, and how they should rely on God. Now, are you a therapist or a counselor?
Yes.
Oh, you are okay. Okay,
I am
great.
a
So,
licensed therapist and counselor,
awesome,
although I
awesome.
don't practice anymore.
Okay, I was gonna do a full disclosure, so we don't so we don't step into,
Yeah.
so we don't cross the line. So
Right.
yes, please, ma'am, go ahead.
I would first of all say to any person, whether it be cancer, diabetes, whatever, kidney failure, I don't care what the sickness is. Let me give you these words very simple. All sickness is not unto death, but you got to fight. This may be the most challenging time in your life, but you got to fight. You got to stand, you got to command. I don't care what doctors say, I don't care what the people around you say. The fight has to begin within you. Train your mind to speak life to your body, to your mind, to your life, to your finances. Speak life to every aspect of your life. And when you begin to speak life, you will begin to hold on, have one little thing to hold on to. If you hear nothing else from me tonight, these words, all sickness is not unto death. Fight. And that's how I held on. And I fought through cancer, and I fought through tumors on my brain. I fought through sickness and disease because I learned how to fight. That's what I want to leave you with.
Thank you so much. Could you please repeat what you said? You said all sickness is
Not unto death.
not until death.
Unto, like
Unto.
Jesus said in the Bible, not all
Yes.
sickness leads to death. Let me
Yes.
break it down like that. Not all
Yes.
sickness will bring death. Some
Yes.
sickness will test you, some sickness will try you, but not all sickness is going to bring death. But you got to fight.
I love that. I love that. This has been so feeling spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. Look, you are doing a wonderful job, man. And I thank God for giving you that mindset to accept to be on this program today, because I know someone will be healed by what you have just said.
Yeah.
Someone's hope will be restored by all what you've just said. You talked about starting with a bar soap in your house. Do you mind just sharing that possibility with somebody out there? How did it happen? What did the bar soap do?
The bar soap, Dr. John, I had eczema. And so I'm a self-taught soap maker. I learned how
Okay.
to make soap. And one day I had just made some fresh soap. And the Holy Spirit said, I'm going to bless what's in your hands. And so right after that, I didn't understand, but he put me in Hy-Vee grocery stores here in the Midwest is the 9th largest grocery chain in the whole Midwest. I was in Hy-Vee stores. I had products in the Army bases. I've had products in all these big box stores. But it came down to this. How much are you going to believe in your bar soap? Your bar soap may not be a bath and body business. Your bar soap may be a counseling business. It may be to write a book. It may be to start a daycare center. But the one thing that God told me, that I tell everybody, take money out of the equation. Stop telling God what you don't have.
Yep.
Stop telling God that you broke, that you busted, that you disgusted. Stop putting in the atmosphere that you don't have any money, and look at ways that I teach a whole class on how to make money for your business when you
Okay.
have none.
Yes.
And
I think. Go ahead.
Take money out the equation and stand on the fact that you have a dream and begin to write that vision. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain, Dr. John. If you sit down and write the vision, you're going to be able to run with it. You're going to be able to share it with a potential investor. You're going to be able to navigate and find multiple streams of income out of one vision that could revolutionize your financial life.
I love that. Thank you so much, man. Look, I know someone right now is ready to take action. So, what book would you recommend from your 60 books? Which one would you recommend for that person who's still trying to believe in him or herself?
Ooh. If it's a woman, I would recommend A Woman of Worth, Loving the Skin I'm In. Because you got to love you before you can do anything else.
Right.
And then I would say, get the book Unlocking the Power to Create Wealth, because it'll retrain your mind on how you think about wealth. And then I have a small $10 book that's called Developing Multiple Streams of Income.
Wow.
For people that want to write a book and they don't know where to begin, I've got a book called, what is the name of that book? The book is called I'm Ready to Write That Book, but Where Do I Begin? And they're all on Amazon. And I got 200 and some pages to tell you how to write your book from beginning to end, to get it published, to get your ebook and audio books and all of that.
Wow, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful piece of information. Now, for those of you who are listening, it's easy. Just go to, your books are on Amazon, right?
Yes.
Just go to Amazon and type her name. Search with her name. Just type Jacquie Hadnot.
Yes.
You will find her contact information on this. For those of you who are watching us, her contact information is currently being displayed on the screen. For those of you who are listening via podcast, you will find her information right there for you. She is on Facebook. She is on Instagram, LinkedIn. You are on Twitter as well, right?
Yes.
Yes, we thank God. The world is now a global village. So with a click of a button, you can access people easily. So go and follow her now on Facebook. You who's listening to us right now, follow her on Facebook. Her name is spelled Jacquie. Last name Had as in daddy, N as in Nancy, O as in orange, and T as in time or tango. Jacquie, Jacquie Hadnot, Hadnot. Follow her right now on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And for those of you who are ready to take action, those of you who are ready, I mean ready, not just those who want to talk and talk, action takers, serious people, send her a DM and she'll be more than happy to support you. Is that correct, ma'am?
That's correct.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for the knowledge, the wisdom that you've given to the audience that are listening to us from far and near. And I hope when next I invite you to the program, you would be willing to come and share some more wisdom with my audience.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So do you have a last 1 minute word for that person who is scared of starting a business?
Yeah. I challenge you to believe in yourself. I challenge you, I dare you to believe in your dream. I don't care what your family, friends, naysayers, I call them my taters. Taters are hated players, haters, instigators, agitators, and naysayers. Don't listen to your taters. People will sometimes put you down because they don't want you to rise up, because they're afraid that you will rise up above them and leave them. But it's not about leaving people. It's about you being able to rise above your current situation so that you can reach back like I did and help somebody else. I'm 65 years old and I want to leave. I will be 65 in April. Let me just say that. I'll be 65 in April. I want to leave a legacy of entrepreneurs, people in the marketplace, people that are sold out for Jesus Christ. I want to leave a legacy of people that did not believe in themselves, but that are now launching major business ventures, not just one business, multiple streams of income, multiple businesses. That's the legacy I want to leave. At 65, I'm doing it. So it's your time to do what you need to do to live your best life now and help other folks live their best life too.
Absolutely. You're doing a wonderful job. At 65, you don't even look it. You don't look 65, and it shows the goodness of God in you. And ladies and gentlemen, she said you have to believe in yourself. I know sometimes life could be tough. Life could throw you curveballs and you would feel that you cannot get back. But I don't know where you're listening to us from. I want you to know that I believe in you. John, I know you have greatness. And even if you don't believe in yourself right now, I want you to believe in other people's belief in you until your own belief system kicks in. And I'm telling you who's listening to me right now, no other person but you who's listening to me, that I believe in you. You have all it takes to move from where you are to where you want to be. You have greatness, all the greatness in the world. Do you know what it means to be the image and likeness of God? Just go think about it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
You were created in the image and likeness of God. And right now you have another person created in the image and likeness of God who's willing to hold your hand, who's willing to take you from where you are to where you want to be. And you have me here too, who believes in you. So what are you waiting for? Send her a message. Get started.
Yeah.
Because if you do not start, that idea would remain a fantasy in your head. Only action can convert your ideas, your fantasies, your vision to reality. So take charge of your life today. And remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. God bless you all. Thank you so much, Dr. Hadnot. It's been a pleasure and a privilege having you. I know you have to go take care of things now. It's a weekend. God bless you, and my regards to your family, ma'am.
I do. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure.
I'll be back.
All right. Contact her on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. All her contact information are currently being displayed right in front of you. Don't hold back. Bye, everybody. Bye for now.